y'all, welcome back to Explore with Nor. Today's video is just going to be a little quick chit chat on why I don't have any friends. So if you follow me on social media and you've probably seen me out, you're probably like, that's cap, she lying, she got friends. Well, watch the video. It'll all make sense. So a little backstory about it. In high school, I went to a boarding school. I saw the same people 24/7, 365, 369. I saw the same people every day, okay? We did everything together. We woke up together, ate lunch together, ate dinner together, ate breakfast together, snacks, weekend activities were together. We did church together. Everybody, the whole school did church together. Extracurriculars, class, everything. Okay, there was no escaping these people. So you have friends there, whether you liked it or not. There was no like getting to know anybody really. Like you saw them every day, so chances were you probably knew everything about them already. Like that's just how it was, and that was my reality for 5 years. While I do think that, well, I know I went to the best high school ever, and I'm grateful for that school, but I was happy that I was graduating, okay? Because there you didn't have any downtime. Like there was no alone time, okay? There was really no alone time. So when I graduated, I kept in contact with about 3-4 people by choice. And I say by choice because, like I said, like you didn't have a choice to talk to those people. But when I graduated, I kept in contact with about 3 to 4 people, and I still keep in contact with those people. But I liked them. And the other people, it's like to them, but I realized like we were only in each other's lives because one, we had to be, but now that I have a choice, you're not really my cup of tea, and that's okay. So then I get to undergrad and I'm super excited. I'm so excited to be in college, and not for the reasons why I should have been excited to be in college. I was excited to be there because that was the time I was telling myself like, yes, like it's up to you now. You get to pick who you want to be friends with. You get to pick who you want to talk to and like hang out with and do activities with every single day. And now that the church is yours, you can be honest and you don't want to be friends with anybody. And I know that sounds so crazy, but I was excited to be by myself. Like I didn't have anybody watching over me, micromanaging me. I didn't have to, if I wanted to go on a walk, I could go by myself. I didn't have to sign out. And I was just happy to be by myself. So for a good part of freshman year, I was really closed off. Like you really weren't getting a lot of words out of me unless you were a professor and I raised my hand in class. We really weren't chatting, okay? And that's how I liked it until I was like, okay, you've had your alone time. Is this normal? Like, I started wondering, like, is this normal that you want to be alone all the time? Because people always say, like, you know, college is where you meet your best friends that you're going to grow old with. College is where you meet your bridesmaids and your maid of honors. Like, that's where you meet those people in college. College is the best 4 years of your life. That's all anybody ever says when they told me about college. I don't know. But me personally, that's what I was always told when I came to college, okay? So I was like, dang, okay, you know what, Nor, you've had your time with yourself, start talking to people. So I've always wanted like a group of friends. I felt like that's what friendship is, like a group of people that do everything together, you know, that have a lot of stuff in common. So I started to try to find groups of friends, and I did, but I always felt like an outcast. Like for some reason, I always felt like an outcast. I always felt like I didn't really fit in with them. I always felt like, I'm trying to find, not fit in, but I always felt like an outsider because they had known each other already. So then the group knew each other. They've been friends, and then there's me coming in. And I felt like, I mean, this sounds good in theory, this looks good, and it's fun, but I'm not really one of y'all. Like, it's weird to explain. Like, if you've ever been in that situation, you understand. Like, if you've ever gone into a 2-person friendship and now you're the 3rd person, it just feels like, and it feels like you just have to do a lot to kind of like make them see like, oh, okay, she's one of us now. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So excuse me when I say fit in, it's not that. I've never had an issue with like fitting in. It was always just me feeling like I belong. Like me always feeling like, are these people a good fit for me? More like that. So, you know, I had my friends in college or whatever, but I felt like, you know, there was like disagreements. Like we're all growing up, we're learning and whatever, we're experiencing different stuff. So there were disagreements and people not being the most transparent about things, and, you know, things fell off. So left undergrad with probably about 2, 3, 1, maybe 2 to 1 friends. And that's okay. That's okay. So then I got to grad school and I was like, still, you know what? I might, maybe the friend thing, the group thing is not for me. Like, obviously I want friends, but the group thing that I keep trying to force, like trying to find like 2 to 3 or 4 other women who are similar to me and like to do the things that I like to do and be in a friend group, maybe that's not for me. So then I got to grad school and then I was like, okay, wait, maybe I can find them because we're all older now, we're all mature, you know, so the little things that would irritate me about some people that I met at undergrad is not going to happen anymore because we're all mature. Like, we're all kind of like young adults, so everybody's normal. No. So I knew this already, but grad school like truly confirmed it for me. Everybody's raised different. We were all raised completely different. Some people were raised to believe that they are the second coming of Christ. Some people are raised to believe that they are the reincarnation of Mother Teresa. Like, it goes on and on and on, okay? We were all raised different, and I've come in contact with a lot of people here who were raised very, 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 very different, okay? But for some reason, I was like, maybe that's a part of like life. Like, you are friends with people, they are your best friends, people who are completely different from you. So I felt like I accepted now that I was trying to force some friendships because I felt like not everybody has to be just like me, you know? Like, not everybody has to think the way that I think. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just, we don't have to have much in common. Now that I think about it, like, a lot of the people who I wanted to be friends with here, we don't have anything in common. Like, it would have never worked. But I was trying to make it work because I thought, like, you need those friends. You need that group, you know? So I realized, like, I started thinking, is something wrong with me? Like, why am I not making that group of friends? Like, why do I always feel like I need to branch out? I need to talk to other people. Like, why can't I just be exclusive to that group? And then I realized, like, that's not me. I'm not a group friend. I'm not a group friend. And I felt like, well, if you don't have a group of friends, you don't have any friends. And if you don't have any friends, you're lonely. And if you're lonely, you're a loner. And if you're a loner, you won't have a group of friends. And if you don't have a group of friends, you're lonely. And if you're lonely, you're a loner. And you see how that cycle just went? That's what was going on in my head. Like, that cycle was in my head and I felt like I needed a group of friends. And I've come to terms with myself and understood that I enjoy being alone way too much to ever be a group friend. I love my alone time, but I am a social butterfly. And to some people that's not going to make sense, but it makes perfect sense to me, okay? And anybody who's watching this that understands, it makes sense to us, right? Right. Like, I can be that person in the room. I can read the room. I can talk to every single person in the room. But I still, after that, I need my alone time. I'm okay with being by myself, and that's me. And I realized, like, also, my personality, like, I'm not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna like me. I'm certainly not gonna like everybody, and that is fine. And I feel like I was forcing those relationships, and I realized the right people are gonna come to me, you know? Like, my aura, I feel like my energy, what I exude, my spirit, the people who I like the most, who I actually consider my friends, nothing was ever forced, ever. With the people the 5 solid people who are like my friends, was never forced. It was just my energy, you know what I mean? Their energy, and we were drawn to one another. I think it's important to learn yourself, because once I realized, like, I enjoy being by myself, but I also am a social butterfly, and I know I need a medium in between the two. Because at one point I was just all by myself, and I was fine with that. And then junior year, senior year, I kind of was like, I want to talk to everybody. I need friends, and I don't. That's not me. It's just not my thing, okay? And that's what I mean by like knowing yourself. And I learned that, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with knowing that I need to be alone sometimes. I need alone time, and I like people. So I'm grateful for the experiences. I'm grateful for the lessons. I'm grateful for those people in my life, even the people that are not really my cup of tea at all. Cup of water, cup of tea, cup of juice, cup of nothing that I've met here at grad school. I'm grateful that I met those people, because I feel like everybody is a lesson. Whether it be a good lesson or a bad lesson, it's a lesson. And like I said, I love learning, okay? And I never want to take that for granted, and I always want to be able to do that. And I learned, like, I'm not a group friend. I'm not supposed to be tied down to a group. And I have my friends, like, in categories. Like, there's certain friends that I can do certain things with, and I like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just like talking to other people. You also don't have to be so heavy on the friend word. Like, there's people who I enjoyed, like, their company, and I liked, you know, having a good time with them, but that was just it. Like, not everybody who comes into your life has to be your friend. Like I said, people are placed in your life, and I feel like I'm also placed in other people's life. It's all a lesson. And I think once I realized that, things got so much easier for me, and the right people were then drawn to me. Like, the right people will come. You do not need to go searching for people. And that's with anything, relationships, friendships, it'll all just come to you. So I guess what I want to just say to end this is just know yourself, become in tune with yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. Understand that you might need that balance. Understand that you might not. Understand that you are maybe exuding too much energy into people who are temporarily in your life. So relax. Understand that maybe you are missing out on friendships that you already had, trying to make new ones because it just seems like it's right. And chances are it's not. So to end this, I just want to say, not everybody's going to like you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Vice versa. The right people are going to feel you. Do not try to do too much to fit in. You are who you are for a reason. You are how you are. Obviously, people change and make adjustments and grow up, and they mature and they learn and they experience things. But as far as like deep down in your core, don't ever try to change to like please people. Don't ever try to change to fit in. If you feel like something's off, it probably is off. And when you are just a good person, you exude good energy, and you are good to other people, and you treat other people how you would like to be treated, the right people are gonna be drawn to you, and vice versa. And those people are gonna be 10 times better than any group you can make up in your head. Like, I was really trying to make groups of friends in my head, and it would have never worked. And the people who are my solid friends now are 10 times better than any people in those groups that I could have made up, okay? So just always, 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 always stay true to yourself. And I know that's easier said than done when it seems like nobody's like you, or everybody is against you, or it just seems like nothing's going the way you want it to. But trust me, it'll be better. Always stay true to yourself. If you are that person who like has that friend group and you've had it for like years, leave a comment down below. Tell me like how you formed that. How's that going for you now? If you are around my age, like how's that going for you? If you are anything like me, leave a comment down below. I hope this encouraged you to kind of just step out into your own person and not look for yourself kind of in other people. So yeah, that's it. I hope I spoke to somebody here. I hope I was a beacon of light for somebody in this video. I think I said this already, but please do not forget to leave a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. If you are not already, please subscribe, and I hope to see you back. And I also hope that everyone is doing okay, the best that we all can during quarantine. And again, I hope to see you guys all back to explore something else with me. Bye guys.